Ladies, what do we do when the car starts making odd noises? Do you feel confident bringing it into a repair shop? I know I don't. Tonight on Connecting Our Community, we have a gal who's going to help us, a woman. Stay tuned. Hello, everybody. I'm Karen Allen. Welcome to Connecting Our Community. Well, if you have a car like I do, my 2005 Toyota Sienna, I don't know what to do with all the noises I hear, all the squeaking, all the squealing, all the groaning, a lot going on there. Our guest tonight is absolutely here to fix these things. Monica Costa is the owner of Wilniq Auto Body and Mechanical Repairs, located on Frederick Road in Rockville. The thing is, woman-owned completely. This is absolutely fantastic. Okay,
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's very, sexist, I say, because I don't know enough about mechanics. Many women don't, but many do. What brought you to this business?
Some years ago, I was working as a library associate, and my husband came home and said, "If you open a business, I'll work for you." And
Just like that?
Just like that.
Whatever business?
Well, auto repair. He said he wanted an auto repair business. He would work for me since he's a mechanic as a,
So your husband's a mechanic, and he
Yes.
wanted to open a business, but he
Yes.
wanted you to open the business.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
normally you'd think, oh, I'm opening a business, and you can be my
Exactly.
bookkeeper or something.
Well, that was my, and I said, I can maybe help a little bit, but why don't you find another mechanic and then, go into business with him? He said, no, I would work for you. I said, okay. Well,
He wanted you to own it,
yes.
even though
that
he'd
was-
be the mechanic.
Yes.
And what was your knowledge of auto repair and auto body and all that stuff?
I was an amazing driver. That's all.
Okay, that's not much, right?
That's all I knew about auto
If you
repair.
opened the hood of your car, did you know anything about what's going on in there?
Back then, not a clue.
How
Not
many
a
years
clue.
ago was this?
That was 15 years ago.
Wow.
Yes.
And you
Yes.
learned it all. Did you take classes or
I
go to a
have.
school? Or?
Yeah, a combination of taking classes while owning the business and being in the business every day. And it's so funny because when I was in college, I had a car that was pretty much a lost case. And I took to an auto repair place, and they advised me to put so much money. At the end of close to $5,000, the technician came and said, "You know what? This car is not worth it." Well,
After $5,000.
Yes.
This is what we all go. This is
Yeah.
exactly what we all
Yeah.
go through. How much to invest in a how old car for how long?
Exactly.
That's exactly.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I was.
Exactly.
What's going
and
on
we
with my
feel
Sienna?
so unprotected, and we
Yeah.
feel so awkward at an auto repair
Vulnerable,
place.
definitely.
Vulnerable.
I know it's absolutely true because you don't know what they're going to tell you, and it's almost like they can say anything.
Yes.
And they can
yes.
ask for anything, and there's just like no accountability. Not that
Yeah.
people are out to. I'm not saying that people are out to
Right,
get you on
correct.
purpose, but we just don't know.
Exactly.
And there are varying issues and varying prices and varying qualities of work. And that's why there are so many of them, because there's the
Exactly.
varieties out there.
And it seems like our last frontier for us women.
Mm-hmm.
We're not afraid of being an engineer or being an astronaut, but we're afraid to go to the auto repair by ourselves. And we go, oh my God, where's my husband? Where's my father? Where's my brother? Where's my
Yeah.
friend?
You almost feel like you have to negotiate.
Yes.
Don't do this, do that. No, you're
Yes.
wrong about that. Those brake pads are not old. You don't need
Right.
to do that. You can get that from a used dealer. There's
Right.
too much to know.
Not brake pads. You cannot get
Well,
from a used dealer.
not brake
but-
pads, but you know.
So,
But as a woman by yourself, owning this, that's a lot. Why? What made you think you could actually do that?
honestly, I did not know what I was getting into. Knowing then what I know now, I think I would have said, oh, I'm not sure.
Forget it.
Forget it. But now that I've been part of the process and I truly understand and I gladly serve women because everybody gets there with their
Yes.
dukes up like, oh my God, principally the first time after whatever, 5 years that so many of us have wasted so much money and time with the dealership. After 5 years, you're like, well, I don't have my warranty anymore. Let me look for an independent shop. But then they come already because they've been abused. They feel
Yes.
that, okay, nobody ever explained to me. I only paid, but I didn't see any of the parts, nor have I felt any of the difference that, when I
Right.
drove in, driving out. And that's part of, my mission to make sure that women are informed and empowered to negotiate their auto repair and do the way that you feel comfortable with. Now, One of the things is so many times we are so willing to spend more money with doing our nails and hair than our oil change. Well, ladies, you know, it doesn't, you have to spend time because the time and money with your car because the quality of fluids that goes into your car will affect the quality of your ride.
And
So,
the long lasting or not of the car, from what
totally,
I understand.
totally,
Something
totally.
that I've learned.
Totally. So it's important that we truly get to know and that we feel comfortable about going to an auto repair and talk with a mechanic and say, okay, show me what is the problem. Just don't tell me, don't give me just, oh, give me a call and then I said, oh my God, I don't know. Should I
Right.
do the water pump and
Right.
timing belt at the same time? Well, should I do this?
Exactly.
Maintenance is important. If you don't invest in your ride, which here in the metropolitan area, it's a necessity.
Yeah.
You know, it's not
Absolutely.
a luxury,
Absolutely.
it's a necessity. So you have to invest in it so we can go longer without drama and trauma.
So you're saying mani-pedis, be gone.
No.
Put the money in the car, which is very true, but sad but true. But yeah,
Yeah.
a balance, obviously, is what
Yes,
is what you're getting
because
at.
an oil change, for example, lasts you for 30 days, I'm sorry, 90 days or 3,000 miles, whichever comes first.
Right.
So, and a mani and pedi usually lasts us 2 weeks if we're
that,
lucky.
If that. Can't remember the last time I had one because there's so many things wrong with my car. What about being a woman-owned auto mechanic business in the sea of businesses that are in this category?
My one is very unique. I'm in to empower the community. My mission, I
Which
live
you don't
in this
normally
community.
hear. You don't normally hear that from a repair shop.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's not what they
Yes,
say.
It's business. For me,
Right.
it's a mission.
Yeah, tell me more about that.
Oh, I live in the community. I'm rearing my children in the community, and I will bump into you. More likely. So I'm not a big corporation in which you are just a number in my database. You know, we are interacting. So I want to make sure that you get the value that you deserve, and it's informed in you that you're making informed decisions about your
Education.
car.
Education.
So when you come to my place, the first thing that I do is to, with you, see before your car goes inside that we work on, we take a look at your fluids. It's like a blood test. You know, if you come and you say,
The labs.
yeah, it's like a doctor, going to a doctor, and we need to see your blood, you know, the fluids in your car.
Right.
Because fluids are like, in your car is like milk. It has an expiration date. Even though it's in a refrigerator, it goes bad. So transmission, power steering usually has a 2 years or 24,000 miles. After that, it becomes acid and start eating your gaskets. So then people say, oh, your oil-pan gasket is leaking. Your transmission oil-pan gasket is leaking. Well, and you're like, okay, why are those gaskets leaking? And then when we find out, you never flushed your systems. You know, your power steering, your brake fluid, your transmission fluid.
Interesting. I've never had that explanation
Yes.
on what the fluid,
Yeah.
what do they call it? The flushing of
Flushing
the fluid.
of the fluid, yeah.
That's really helpful. I'm sure that's
Correct.
helping people that are watching right now because we had no idea.
I hope so.
Because really, most people, I don't know what the stats are, but that's not what we're focusing on,
Right.
as you said before.
Right. And it's for a business, it's better as far as profitability is concerned, it's so much better for me to replace your transmission than to flush your transmission.
Right.
A transmission can cost, up to
Right.
$3,000.
Oh my goodness, yeah, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, better to take care of it before it has to be
Yes,
replaced.
indeed.
And then your customers love you, and then they'll come back.
Yes. Yes.
And how many clients do you have?
Oh my God, I have a database of over 3,000.
And returning folks, that's fantastic.
Yes. Yes. For
And
15 years.
15. When you first started, even now, what do you think the roadblocks were for being a woman-owned repair business?
Well, usually a lot of, whether it's women or men, become very skeptical at first. Do you really know about cars? I mean, really?
What you
do
doing,
you
lady?
know? Yeah, what are you doing
Yeah.
here? And then once they start, they love. And then they're like, oh my God, this is awesome and powerful. And they feel empowered. Being a transparent place helps a lot. And it is what it is. We were not out there driving your car.
Right.
So if there's a problem, now we want to be part of the solution and help you. So there is no buyer's remorse
Right.
or anything like that. You see what it is, we go ahead and say, this is how much it's going to cost to repair it with quality, and That's it.
Now, how many mechanics do you have? Your husband is still a mechanic there?
Yes, he's still, an estate inspector.
And he works for you?
Yes.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And how many mechanics do you have at any one time? And are there any female mechanics?
That's my dream. That's my dream. Sooner or later. So if there's any female mechanic out there that would like to come and apply, that would be awesome. That's my dream.
Because you don't see a lot of those.
Not as many. Not as many, unfortunately.
So all yours are men?
Yes.
But you run the business.
Right now. Yes, I do.
But you're capable yourself of repairs. That's according to what you were saying, right?
Well, depending on the repairs. I'm not an ASC certified mechanic.
Yeah.
So there are things in which I can assist doing, but I will not do because, I'm not ASC certified, which is the organization that certifies the mechanics.
Right.
And for me, that's important. You don't want a doctor that is not certified to touch your child,
no,
right?
Of course,
so it's from the same premises.
But there are some repairs that you will do then.
That on my car? Yeah.
Yeah. On clients' cars, or do you just
no, not on
you run the business.
Yes,
okay.
I'm in the administrator.
Because I know that you took classes and became knowledgeable about it, which would send me into oblivion of I don't even know how I would get through that. Well, let's talk some more when we come back from break, because we want to tell people where you're located and what you can do for them.
Okay.
And I still love that this is a woman doing this kind of thing. More power to you.
Yes.
Don't go anywhere, because we'll have more with Monica when we come back.
When you donate goods in response to an international disaster, it's expensive.
They have to cross the sea, pass through customs, be inspected, sorted, then finally delivered.
And often they arrive too late to help, making your good intentions feel a little empty.
There is a better way.
Cash donations are fast, simple, and allow professional relief workers to purchase supplies close at hand.
Cash is best. Learn more at CIDI.org.
It's our duty to serve veterans and military families who serve their country in the most difficult ways imaginable. Together, we can say thank you in so many ways. Small acts of kindness mean more than anything. With our support, veterans and military families can face even the most difficult challenges. Let's honor their service with ours.
Back with Monica Costa. She is the owner of Wilniq Auto Body and Mechanical Repairs on Frederick Road in Rockville. Now, first of all, let's just tell people what Wilniq means before we go any further. What is Wilniq?
Wilniq stands for Will, the name of my son, and Nick, the name of my daughter. My son is William, and my daughter is Monique. So I came up with Wilniq.
That's adorable. Did you get them to be part of the business too? Is this a family business?
Yes. Well, William and Monique comes and help me every once in a while if they're on vacation, if they're off. William's not working. And Monique helps me during school time, vacation time, whenever she's
How
off.
old are your children?
William is going to be 21 and Monique is going to be 17.
Oh, so young adults almost,
Yes.
really.
Yes,
Okay,
they
so
are.
you got to get them in there and stay.
Exactly.
Because they're not the only ones that you would want to help you if they were interested in it. You really have to deal with staffing and finding mechanics. How do you go about doing that? Because I know
Well,
you're looking for female mechanics.
Exactly, that's for
We'll
sure.
put the word out. Women that want to be a mechanic,
Come to me.
come to
Find me.
Wilniq. But how do you find qualified folks?
This is it's an issue right now in the industry. It's very interesting. Right now I'm supposed to be hiring people on their mid-20s, early 30s, and we're not finding that. And it's a very interesting time right now because it's a hands-on, and it takes some time. So let's say someone who went through a program in high school and then they kept on going, they would come and be absorbed by a shop,
Right.
and then be taught, be groomed,
Apprenticed and
then
then-
in an apprenticeship kind of
Yeah.
way. So my goal is to hire more people, but hands-on, and not only go off to some of those automotive schools that is a lot of theory but not hands-on.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are really truly servicing a car that a customer will be driving, it's a whole different level.
Right.
So
As
my
opposed
goal,
to looking at a book, you mean?
exact,
Yeah.
or trying a beat-up car that they bought out of auction or
right.
junkyard and working on that.
Yeah.
When
So it's a client's car, and they're up there on the thing. You're
the-
looking up, going, yeah. You need
Exactly.
hands-on, and it sounds like you need a lot of practice.
Oh, a lot. It comes with
Diagnosing
time.
and fixing?
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the things. Diagnosing, it's not just plugging a computer. You plug a computer in a car and you get codes.
Right.
Well, codes are
Do I know
codes.
that? Yes.
Yes.
The codes that will not go away. Yes.
Yes, and then the next step is supposed to be someone, a knowledgeable technician, to go follow that
Right.
system and test, because the computer might give you a oxygen sensor, but it's because there's something within that system that is bad. Therefore, the sensor is not reading. It doesn't mean that you necessarily need to replace the sensor.
Right. That is complicated
It
because you have to,
is.
that's part of diagnosis, is knowing
Totally.
which
Yes.
piece exactly
Yes.
is causing the problem. 'Cause it could be a
Yes.
bit of a domino effect.
Yes. And my goal is to own my own building and to turn that into a apprenticeship slash
Like a
school,
training school.
A training school.
You could run your own school as well as the business right next door.
Exactly.
It could be all the same thing, actually.
Exactly.
And
It wouldn't be, as I see right now, in the same scale of a school, because I would only be able to take, maybe 3 or 4 at a time.
Right.
But, if we have 3 or 4 well-trained, amazing technicians,
Yeah.
sooner or later you have a nice pool of
right. And the community
qualified
falls in
people.
love with you because
Exactly.
everybody's car is just so well running.
Yes.
And they can keep coming
Yes,
back. Yeah.
Yes.
So you want to buy your own building.
I do. I would love a
Do you see that
storefront.
happening anytime soon?
Well, I hope so. I hope so. I would love to stay in Montgomery County. I would love to stay within the community that I am now, because once you move, you don't want to have to start a whole new customer
Right,
base.
right.
So my goal is to have my own building, and God willing, it's gonna happen.
Right. It's only been
and-
15 years. You're not going to wait another 15 to buy a building.
No, no, please. Hopefully, I have paid my dues.
But I do want to mention that your business is actually not far from our studio. We're in Rockville, and we're off 355 in Goody.
Right.
Your Wilniq is at 15563 North Frederick Road,
Mm-hmm.
and that is
Inside Plaza 355, in between the Kia dealership and the Herson's Honda used car. That's the entrance to the plaza.
Yeah.
Then you make a little Z, and so you make a right into the plaza, a left, a right. It's just because the way the plaza is laid out.
I think it's easy to find once you're there
Yeah.
and you
Yeah,
find it.
and then
It's-
and then I'm gonna be on your left-hand side, Suite J.
So this is 355 and like
And
Goody,
I'm right
Indianola.
in between Indianola and Goody
Goody.
Drive. Right
Okay,
there.
so if you're heading toward Gaithersburg,
Northbound,
yeah,
yeah.
northbound out of Rockville,
Yes.
and not far from the metro, actually.
No, not at
Yeah,
all.
okay,
Not
so
at all.
that's-
Very nearby Shady
That's
Grove
very
Metro.
convenient. So if anybody in our studio has a car problem, we can just
Yes, you can just turn
almost
around
walk it,
and I'll
almost
be
walk it right. Yeah.
right there. Yes.
All right. So
yes.
do you see a lot of women joining the ranks in the future? And do you think that I don't know how many issues you've actually had being a woman. Have you had any that would deter
Well,
others?
And it's not easy, starting a business and being a mother,
Yeah.
business owner,
Doing anything
running.
and being a mother. Yeah,
There
being
you
a
go.
mother right there. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's not easy, but honestly, I was so surprised, pleasantly surprised with how much I learned. And then when I see a scared woman coming in and think, oh my God, they probably got, and then how much freer, she feels and can ask questions. It's night and day. You go like this, but why? And then the next time she's like, oh yes, Monica, by the way.
Yeah,
And
'cause she
they
trusts
feel
you.
comfortable, and it's a difference. And it makes a difference because for us women, stress, it takes such a big toll in our lives, in our bodies, and everything. So
That
when
is an understatement of the century. and it's true. It's true that we have a lot of things going on.
balance.
And then the car thing adds a whole nother level of let's just
Yeah.
put it in a box and shove it away.
Yeah.
And I think you have the capacity to make that
Yeah.
so much easier for
Yeah.
women.
And financially, like every 5 years you're replacing a car, it's not always convenient. When you have kids, when you have like
Yeah, the
everything
van,
else that
that's
we consider.
My 2005
Yes,
van,
yes.
which is
Well,
on its last legs.
I'm still holding on to my
Yeah.
99.
Wow.
So van.
Wow.
So,
Oh my God.
So, but it's
It must
good.
have a
It's-
lot of miles on it.
Yes, it does. It does.
Yeah, but if you're holding onto a car that's old, that's a good sign that maybe we should be able to fix our cars and not
Indeed.
just get rid of them after.
And because one of the situations is that Well, we investing money into a car, into a new car. So a new car, it's the new price for insurance. And when was the last time you had a good vacation?
Oh, never. Don't ask me that because there is none.
So
But yeah,
before we go
yeah.
into a car, it might be, it might make sense to repair the one you have. The insurance is cheaper on that.
Right.
And, it's your car. It's your car. So
Absolutely. Well, since you're giving that tip, what other tips do you have for us women to take better, perhaps, care of our cars? You mentioned the fluids. Absolutely. Didn't really think about that because you just take them for granted. So that's a good one.
Yes.
Not just, and you're not talking about just changing the oil. Just talking about fluids and flushing.
Yes.
Thank you. What other tips do you have for us women that maybe we don't think about that when we just hand over the keys to our man that we should know? Getting our,
it's
keeping
important to, and it's very interesting. Please, before getting in the car, walk around the car. Take a look at tires. See if there's any imbalance in the car. Like air out, so you can see you can feel tire pressure. Instead of down the road now, it blew or something like that. So before you start a car, walk around, take a look at your car. Make sure maintenance is very important.
Yeah, 'cause we take it for
very
granted.
important because if you don't take care of it, it will not take care of you. It's just
That's,
the way it is.
nobody really wants to bother doing that, but I think you probably, I'm going to guess, make life a whole lot easier when somebody walks in there and
And
got
it's
your
not
kid gloves.
costly. Now, when you go there and you haven't done maintenance for I don't know how many years, then
You're gonna
it
pay.
seems that it's a lot.
you're gonna
But
pay.
you're just catching up with all the maintenance that you
Right.
did not do. But if you keep it up, then it's not as bad. And you don't come to see me as often as you wouldn't
Right.
like anyway.
Do you have any preference for American cars or foreign cars?
I really love American cars. In the sense of like Dodges, some of the Chevys, they last longer. And one of the things that I do, I go to, I give this class at Good Start driving school, and I always tell the students, you start with the car that you can truly afford. Forget about that it's, Asian or European, but you cannot do the maintenance on it. It will not help you. Choose first the one that you can
Exactly.
afford. And, and the American cars, the repairs are much more affordable.
That is correct.
Number
Should
one.
think about that before buying a car.
Yes, and when you go buy a car, make sure that you do what we do is perform a pre-buying inspection. You see, when you want a car, your heart is,
Yeah.
you're in
It's
love. It
emotional.
looks
I know.
really great.
It's-
So bring to a mechanic that is also an inspector,
Yeah.
and that will tell you whether or not that car will pass Maryland inspection.
You're
Because
talking about
buy
a used car.
A
when you're
used
talking
car.
about-
When you buy a used
Do
car.
you recommend used cars, real quick?
Yeah, I do.
Because I feel like you don't know what you're getting, and you just don't know where it's been. Really, the truth is,
You're
you
right,
don't know
you're
where it's
right,
been.
you're
It's been an
right.
accident, and so I always have a hard time trusting unless you actually know someone in the business or someone like you could help.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, maybe you should
We
get
ha-
into the used
and,
car
and
business.
this is very important. This is high season for buying cars. So take to your trusted mechanic. Let him or her perform a pre-buy inspection because you see, you want a car, so you're going to
Right.
overlook so much.
Absolutely
And then you
true.
buy the car and you take it for a Maryland inspection,
Right.
and the car doesn't pass. Or even that it comes with a Maryland inspection, but you don't know the car. And then all of a sudden, the cars start falling apart, and you don't know why. And now you hate the whole process, and you
Right.
hate the car.
Yes.
So it's important to take to a place that you can trust and that will, truly perform an inspection for you.
Okay, well, that's good to know. So you can trust a used car.
Yes.
You just have to actually make sure you do your homework on it.
Yes, and about homework, please do your homework online. Choose your car online. Go to whatever, place, and then Google that. Problems with
That's a great idea.
2013.
Look up the problems.
Yes, and see if it is the kind of things that are really big, because thank God
Such a
for-
great tip. Yes.
yeah,
Google
for-
the problems before buying a car. You
Exactly.
heard that, people. Excellent tip. Thank you.
Yes.
So we know what you're getting into later. And it's
Exactly.
less emotional. I'm with you on that. Totally. That's a great
Yes.
idea. Okay, let's just tell people. Monica's shop is called Wilniq, again.
Yes.
Wilniq Auto Body and Mechanical Repairs. Here's the information on that graphic that you see on your screen. You can call her at 301-545-1800. You can visit at 15563 North Frederick Road, Suite J. That's in Rockville. Also, they have a website. That must help with getting information out there and finding out all about you. And it's wilniq.com, right there, WILNIQ.com. Monica, Costa, thank you so much. I wish you the best of luck, and I think you might have a new client or two coming in with that Toyota van.
It'll be my pleasure. I'm sure you're going to be very happy.
Thank you so much. And there you are with your information on the screen. And thank you, everybody, for watching Connecting Our Community. Wilniq, I'll see you soon.
Yes.
I'm Karen Allen. Take care. Bye-bye.